Welcome back to the channel and a new episode. Today we are going to answer the question, do you enjoy your commute? And if you're not too excited about your commute, you're not alone. And today we're going to try and give you some tips on how you can enjoy not only your commute, but hopefully your life a little bit more as well. So with that, let's start up this car. And this question of commuting, I thought about this the other day. I was driving, got in front of a lady towards the end of the lane, used my blinker, and to put it mildly, this person was not remotely happy about what I did in terms of changing lanes in front of her. She went, let's just say that her gestures were not supportive of the automated decision I've made that particular day in that particular traffic environment. Sure, I understand where she's coming from, but as I was thinking about this, that's not the first time someone's been angry of someone, cutting in front of them in traffic. I've obviously been angry before when people cut me off in traffic, and this was during rush hour, and I think a lot of people are feeling a lot of stress, and research does back this up, that the commute can have adverse effects on your health. It can have, such as increases your likelihood of having high blood pressure, obesity. Research even shows that children of fathers that have a longer commute experiences higher social and emotional issues. If you do your own research, you can see the numbers in terms of how much it affects the economy, how much money, how much time. And if you look at the numbers of people that would be willing to change their jobs or to go down in pay just to have a shorter commute, the numbers, in my opinion, are quite staggering. People in general, just based on the research, of course there's always deviation from research, but the general research shows that people really have a hard time with their commute, and there's a lot of things they don't enjoy about it. So if that applies to you, hopefully today I can give you a couple tips on how you can enjoy your commute a little bit more, and also hopefully how you can enjoy your life a little bit more. And if you have any tips, any thoughts, any comments, please put them in the comments below. So before we continue, I do want to provide a short disclaimer. I'm not an expert on cars. I'm not an expert on how to improve your morning commute or afternoon commute. I'm not an expert on mental health or happiness. This video is simply for entertainment purposes. We think thousands and thousands of thoughts per day. And whenever we think a thought, that thought has a biochemical reaction. And that biochemical reaction that takes place in our brain affects our bodies physically. So for example, say if you get really excited, you're really happy, you can feel that in your body. Or if you're nervous, you can feel it physically in your body. Or if you're stressed, or if you have a thought of fear, you can often feel that in your body. And these thoughts, the more we think these thoughts that we have in our brain, there's this neural network, and every time you think a thought, there's a neuron that fires. And the more these neurons fires, the stronger that particular neural networks become. And then these thoughts becomes habits. Most people have a morning routine. You wake up, like a lot of people, you may snooze the alarm a couple times. Then you get up, maybe you go to the bathroom, you brush your teeth, you take a shower. Or maybe before you brush your teeth, or even before you take a shower, maybe you start the coffee machine. Or maybe you already started the coffee machine the night before. You have one of those that can set the coffee timer for you. So the coffee's already going, you brush your teeth, maybe check your email, maybe check your work email, maybe check your Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, WhatsApp, social media, maybe read the news a little bit, and then you sit down and drink your coffee, maybe you have a little breakfast. So you have this routine in the morning, and it's become a habit. And maybe if you think through your routine, maybe you can see how you do the same things every morning. And then you get in your car, and you already been looking at the Facebook, you've read the news, maybe you read some of your work emails, and they're starting to pile up, and you already realize what you got to do when you get into work. So maybe you're kind of feeling a little bit stressed, maybe running a little short for time, maybe it's traffic. Usually there's morning traffic, morning commute, so you're already feeling these elevated feelings of stress. And once you get to work, there's deadlines, there's meetings, there's not a whole lot of downtime. So you're feeling this stress on your commute, and you come to work, you're done with work, and then you come home, you get in your commute again, maybe it's dinner, maybe you check the news, watch your favorite shows on Netflix, go to the gym, whatever your routine is. And you do that every day, day in and day out. So that's become a habit. That's become a pattern of your life. And maybe these habits are really good and maybe they're really helpful, but maybe they're not so helpful. And that varies, of course, from person to person. But I just want to give you a couple tips I think can maybe help your morning commute. So I think the first thing is to, before you get in the car, to do what you can to put yourself in a state of mind that is peaceful, grateful, and happy. If everybody can get in the road feeling, before they get in the car, they feel peaceful, they feel happy, and they feel grateful. Before they get in the car, before they start getting on the road, they feel those things. Then, if you're feeling peaceful, happy, and grateful, if something happens in traffic, the likelihood of you reacting to the other person is probably a little bit less. So a couple things you can do in the morning is to get yourself ready to get to a place where you feel peaceful, you feel happy, and you feel grateful. And the first thing I think you do have to embrace this idea of a little bit of discipline. And the discipline in this context is going to be you being able to get up a little bit earlier than you usually do. And with that time you had in the morning to get up a little earlier, instead of maybe looking at the news, which usually is a lot of negative stuff, do some things that will help you get in a state of being grateful, happy, and at peace. And maybe simple things such as just ask yourself, what am I grateful for? Maybe it's the fact that you have a car that works. Maybe you have a wife. Maybe that's awesome, that's loving, that's caring. Maybe you have children. Maybe you're grateful that you have a job. Maybe you have, your job provides benefits. So just for you to just write down things that you're grateful for. I think it's really helpful to write them down because it does something to your brain when you write. Maybe for those of you who have a faith, it is praying about, I came to a stop sign, 4 stop sign. Here's a little tangent, and feel free to put in the comments below, why don't you just do roundabouts? Like 4 stop sign, like who goes first? I guess if I came first, then I go first, but if we came at exactly the same time, then it's kind of stop, go, and I have to wave our head. But if a roundabout, you just yield to the left. Side note. All right, so do something that you find that helps you in the morning to feel peaceful and to feel grateful, and to write down things you're grateful for. If you have a faith, you can do this during your prayer time, and praying about things you're grateful for, that you need to be thankful for, and just think of as many things as possible that you're grateful for. You can ask yourself things as, what am I looking forward to today? Because the brain, the way the brain works, a reticular activating system that, what you think about, the brain will look for. And if you're looking for things that are positive, what am I looking forward to? The brain will pick up on things that are positive. It's like, oh, wow, look at that sunset. Whoa, look at that car. Or, wow, look at that picture of my beautiful daughter, my dash. It just gives you these warm, deep, and this is not being just optimistic. It is by being truly grateful for what you have and grateful for what you've been blessed with. So that could be one thing. And of course, just do a little bit of exercise. Get the body going, get the blood flowing, get the oxygen flowing. That helps release all those endorphins. So in the morning, when you rise, you can simply do a little bit of exercise. You can do jumping jacks, which I absolutely hate, or you can do yoga, which I am terrible at, but I strive to do it. So you can do a little bit of yoga, do some push-ups, get that blood flowing. You can take a moment, just be still, be quiet. Think about all the chatter here all day. I mean, we are inundated with constant media, marketing, our cell phones. It's always something, it seems like, in our society. Just constant information coming at us on the brain all the time. Just to stop. Maybe take just 2 minutes, just be still. And usually in the morning, it's not that loud. Maybe if you can get up before the kids get up, just take a moment to be still. And then also I would say read something inspirational. Read, maybe it's just reading for 10 minutes, but to read something that inspires you. For some of you guys, maybe that is the Bible. Maybe that is some books by some great authors that have done great things. Maybe some biographies, but to read something that really can inspire you. And maybe it's even writing down some goals that you have, like writing down some goals, some things you want to see happen in your life. And I think if you take just a little bit of time in the morning before you get into the car, before you start up that whatever you're starting up in the morning, just a little bit of time to prepare yourself, so when you get in traffic and that person, waits to the last minute to change lanes, and you're like, instead of, waving and going all crazy and, almost causing accidents, you think to yourself, I want to send some positive thoughts to that person because he probably needs it. He's not, according to my automotive understanding, following the best rules of getting over to another lane in the last minute. So I'm going to send him some thoughts. Maybe you want to pray for that person. Maybe you want to think, maybe that person is in a hurry. Maybe they had a rough day at work. Maybe they had a rough day at home. Maybe there's illness. Maybe there's, who knows? C.S. Lewis, for those of you who know C.S. Lewis, great author from England, Oxford, thinker, wrote something really cool in the book Mere Christianity. And I'm paraphrasing, but he said that the people that you walk by every day, most of them don't know what they're going through. And some of them may be going through really serious trauma. Maybe they're going through really, really hardships in their lives. And instead of thinking the worst of people, why don't we think the best of people? And when people do something, we don't stand in traffic, like I have a certain person who never uses the blinker. I'm helping that person to use their blinker. Because it's a good thing to do, to blink, the blinker. But, see, now I lost my train of thought. But yeah, to think what's best for that person, and to send that person prayers, to send that person some warm thoughts, to send that person some positive energy, some positive vibration, some things that you think that person may need. Instead of having this hostile, vengeful, spiteful, hateful, etc. attitude. So hopefully that is a little bit helpful to help you enjoy not only your commute, but your life more. That before you get in the car, you take some time to be still. You take some time to reflect on what you're grateful for. You take some time to reflect on what you want to see happening in your life, and you maybe write some things that you want to accomplish, or you read some things that inspires you. And when you get in that car, you're in such a better mental, emotional, spiritual place in your life, so that when people cut in front of you, all you do is you send them the warmest, deepest appreciation for that person. You wish them the best on their way, so you can get home safely, and we all get home safely. And at the end of the day, hopefully that helps all of us to feel better, and to be better, and to be harmonious drivers. Give it a thumbs up if it helped you. Any feedback is appreciated. Drive safe. Hope to see you next time.